These 3D models were fully generated from just text, with no modeling, no rigging, no sculpting, just text prompts. Most people still have no idea what Meshy AI is actually capable of. I'm talking full 3D assets, characters, props, creatures, generated straight from a simple text prompt. If you're into game dev, 3D art, or just want to see how far AI can go without touching Blender, this is gonna blow your mind. This is Meshy's AI homepage. It's pretty clean and simple, and right off the bat, it offers 4 main features that got me interested. The first one is text to 3D, the bread and butter of Meshy. You give it a prompt, and it spits out full 3D models. No modeling experience required. Then there's image to 3D. This is perfect if you've got 2D art or reference images, and want them to come to life in 3D. So, no more manually sculpting that armor or character from scratch. AI texturing is another cool one. It's like auto-painting for your models with just a few inputs. Super helpful if you don't want to spend hours in tools. And finally, we've got text to image. Not exactly 3D related, but still a solid option if you're more into generating textures or concept art. All right, let's check out text to 3D. This is where the real magic happens. It opens up a super minimal interface. All you need is a prompt. Let me show you how wild this can get. I'm starting with a fantasy character idea, just to see how far Meshy can push the detail. All right. I've got my prompt pasted. Now let's hit generate and see what Meshy does with it. This part's always a mix of suspense and excitement. It's like rolling dice with AI. You never know exactly what you're going to get. Now, the generation process can take a bit, so I'm skipping ahead to the results. And boom, Meshy gives us 4 variations, all fully modeled, right from that one prompt. I'm going to pick this one. It hits the vibe I had in mind the most. Before we texture it, we get a few options here. For the poly count, I'm going with fixed. This one lets you tweak the poly count manually. Meshy does offer a max option for higher detail, but you'll need the pro plan for that. And yeah, with 3D models, especially for characters, the more poly count you can get, the better they tend to look. Topology gives you quad or triangle. I'm sticking with triangles, since that's the default, and honestly, most game engines love it. And yeah, I definitely want to generate textures for this. Let's see how clean Meshy can make it look. Time to bring this model to life. In my tests, texturing actually takes longer than generating the model itself, which kind of surprised me. So yeah, I'm skipping ahead again, but just know, this step isn't instant. And here it is, fully textured by AI, not bad at all. The textures came out clean, and for 0 manual work, this is impressive. It even got the color scheme and material vibes somewhat right, which is wild considering all I did was write a prompt. Obviously, it's not AAA level, but it's solid for concepting, prototyping, or even as a base mesh for further edits. Now, once you're happy with the result, you can actually download the full model. Meshy gives you a bunch of export formats. You've got FBX, OBJ, GLB, and even a dot blend file if you're using Blender. And yeah, even on the free plan, you get 10 downloads per month, which is pretty generous considering the quality. So whether you're working in Unity, Unreal, Blender, or just want to stash it for later, you're covered. That's honestly what surprised me the most. It's not just a fun demo tool. You can actually use this stuff. FBX and OBJ are great for most engines. All right, next up is image to 3D, and this one works just like text to 3D, except you're feeding it an image instead of a prompt. So if you've got concept art, sketches, or even random reference pics, you can literally turn that into a full 3D model. It's the same workflow. You upload the image, set your poly count, and boom. Meshy tries to bring it to life in 3D. This time, I used an AI-generated sword image from crayon.com, just to test how Meshy handles props instead of characters. Same flow as before. Upload the image, keep the default settings, and hit generate. It's actually kind of impressive that it can take something this simple and turn it into a full 3D mesh. The shape came out pretty clean, and honestly, with a quick texture pass, this could totally fit into a fantasy RPG. Now that the swords mesh is done, I'm running it through Meshy's texture generation. Same deal as before. Just a couple clicks and it starts painting the model automatically. The texture actually gives it a solid fantasy vibe, like something straight out of a game. Honestly, with just this and the free download, I could easily drop this into Unity or Unreal as a placeholder weapon. And there it is. The textured version is straight up. The colors, the detail. It actually feels like a finished asset now. This sword started as a janky AI image from Crayon, and now it looks ready for a boss fight. I'm legit impressed. This is way more usable than I expected. Crayon plus Meshy might just be the ultimate low-effort weapon crafting combo. Alright, and let's talk rigging. Meshy makes it super easy to prep your models for animation. But wait, what is rigging anyway? So, rigging is what lets your 3D model actually move. It's like adding a skeleton so it can be animated. I'm using the humanoid rig preset here, but you've also got options like a quadruped dog, depending on the model type. Once you select the rig type, Meshy gives you this silhouette overlay. It's basically a visual guide to help line everything up. I tweaked the height to match the model better. And then it's time to drop the markers. Just place them on key joints like the chin, shoulders, wrists, knees. Nothing crazy. But the more accurate you are, the better the results. Once you're done, hit confirm, and Meshy handles all the rigging work automatically. After rigging, Meshy drops the model into this animation library, and I gotta say, it's packed with options. You've got animations for everything: walking, jumping, idle, even combat moves. Just hit add, and your model starts moving. Now, is it perfect? Not exactly. Some of the animations look like my character's got 2 left feet. But hey, that's AI for you. Still, considering this whole thing came from a text prompt, auto-rigging, and automatic animations, it's impressive how much the AI is pulling off, and it's only going to get better. Sure, the walking's more awkward zombie than heroic warrior right now, but the fact that it even moves is next level. Alright, that's a wrap. Meshy AI really showed some potential today. While the animations might need a little polish, the fact that it's pulling this off from just a text prompt is pretty mind-blowing. Sure, we're not at AAA level yet, but the progress is crazy, and I can already see how much more powerful this will get over time. If you're into game dev, 3D art, or AI tools in general, this is a must-try. Thanks for watching. Enjoyed the ride? Hit like and subscribe and join the crew. By the way, check out my video on Gamma.ai.